All right, last night's homework was an old quiz we gave you on interfaces. I don't think I've quizzed you on interfaces yet. And so this is particularly good right now because you're expecting a quiz once I pass back the old quiz, which we just took either today or yesterday for some classes, okay? So we'll get that passed back and then maybe we'll do a quiz that looks a lot like this. So definitely worth your time to try this old quiz from last year. I think there were 3 forms of it. This was form number 2 of the 3. So we're going to write a class named rectangle that realizes means implements in coding, right? It implements a quadrilateral interface. So there's the quadrilateral interface. So I got to say in my signature of rectangle, implements quadrilateral. Okay, so I'm going to make room and delete stuff as I do it. Just did that. Your class should have a constructor. Reading the directions there. The constructor started. And what's it get? What's it do? Represent the rectangle's width and length. Now, the directions are a little bit tricky, I thought. A little bit, because you have to take a look at the output over here to see the order. If you just read the directions and don't look at the tester, you might think you do int width, comma int length, but it's actually the opposite. You can tell from the output. The output of the first one, it says length is 6 and width is 8. And the order we give it is 6, 8. So length comes first. Make sure you follow that. Probably won't trick you that much this year. A little bit too tricky, I thought. But still, it does teach you to be careful. Int len, int w, and that means we have to have instance fields up here, I guess. Private int length and width. And then down here, okay, got the constructor. That's done. Good, good, good. In addition to the necessary methods required to implement the interface, well, what does that mean? What do you have to have? What's required to implement the interface? Well, let's look inside Quadrilateral. And if a class implements an interface, it's got to have all of its methods. And I see 2 methods here, getArea and isASquare. So I better get going on those, make them public. And go ahead and implement them. getArea. The product of my instance fields there. isSquare. Of course, it's a square if length equals width. That's at least one way to say it. All right. Let's see if this compiles yet. And it does. It wouldn't have compiled, right, if it didn't have these guys here, because it would tell us, hey, you're realizing the interface, you better put isSquare and getArea in there. So that's good stuff. All right, so in addition to those necessary methods, put a getDiagonal method in there. Return type, it says, is double. Return math.squirt of width. See if I type that right. Good, that compiles. So we got that. Should override the toString method Now the output just shows the two-string method displaying on one line length equals whatever it is, and the next line width equals whatever it is. So that's all it does. It doesn't show the area. That's what we get from the next line. We say area equals the get area result. So just those two things. Return length equals length. And then there's a new line there, so I got to follow my directions and be careful. This could be a point off on the AP exam if I don't put them on separate lines. We saw them being very picky on that trio interface, that trio method that extended what, menu item yesterday or 2 days ago in class? So let's see. They were very picky on that trio thing. If you didn't write the word trio at the end of your string, you lost a point. Compile. Good. Might be done here. Anything else to do? Let's see. I think we're done. Let's see if we're done. See if we got the right output. I may have screwed this something up a little bit. May have to do something else, but let's see. There's my output. Let's check out the prescribed output. Length is 6, width is 8, area 48, R1 false 10. True. All right, all good. Again, that was a quiz last year on interfaces. That's a pretty good quiz. I don't think it's crazy hard, but you definitely have to understand you got to write out get area and is a square. That's what classes have to do that implement an interface. And also, one more thing while I'm at it, no doubt last year some students looked at the quadrilateral interface and saw this int sides equals 4 thing, and I'm sure they wondered what they had to do with that, and maybe they tried to do something with that, and you can see I did nothing with it. Okay? Nothing you had to do with that.